Hi there, welcome to another section of this course. Now in this section we'll focus on Instagram stories, and in this video we'll just scratch the surface of Instagram stories. Now to begin with, Instagram story is a feature of Instagram where you can share your photos and images to your audience, and it would just last for 24 hours, and after 24 hours it would disappear. Now I think that the concept of stories came from the social media platform called Snapchat. And since big tech companies have a very bad habit of copying stuffs, other social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, they all started coming up with this new feature of stories. And I think that Twitter tried to be a bit different and they called this feature fleets. But unfortunately, the story feature or fleets of Twitter as well as the story feature of LinkedIn had to shut down because it didn't gain much of the popularity. And to be honest with you, I think the only place where I saw that this feature worked perfectly well was on Instagram. Now, as you might probably know, at the top of Instagram we have stories where people share their photos or reshare other posts, etc. And Instagram stories, like any other stories of other social media platforms, only last for 24 hours. So the important question would be, why should we who are trying to grow our Instagram page focus on this feature? Well, the answer to that question is Instagram stories are the first thing that someone might probably check when they find your account somehow. Now, to make this point clear, imagine that I commented on a top post or a famous celebrity's post. So as you can see, people would see your comments in the manner that I've shown on the screen. So there is an orangish or a goldish ring around your profile picture, which is obviously your Instagram stories, right? Now my point is that the ring around your profile picture tends to make people click into it and check your Instagram stories. So what we should do is that we should use the psychological tendency of people clicking into this golden or orangish ring into our advantage. Now imagine that someone saw your comment and clicked into your story. Now if your story is a really catchy or funny or relatable or informative kind of story, then they would obviously want to follow you, right? So my first advice to you would be that always post contents that are really good in your stories. Great. Now let's talk about another feature that is related to Instagram stories. Now as I've mentioned previously, Instagram stories only last for 24 hours. And after 24 hours, your followers won't be able to view your story. So in order to compensate for this 24-hour disappearing thing, Instagram has come up with a feature called Instagram Highlights. Now you can keep your stories visible to your followers as long as you want. Now let me show you how the Instagram highlights look like in your feed. Now as you can see on the screen, I have my feed and I pointed the arrow to Instagram highlights. So over there you can keep your stories alive forever. You just have to click on that plus icon which says new, and you have to select the collection of stories that you want in that specific highlight. Now two things that I want you to note here is that you have to post something as your story first in order to add it to your Instagram highlights. Now many people ask me that can we directly create highlights without adding it to your story? Well, at the moment you can do that. You have to post it as your Instagram story first, and from there you can add it to your Instagram highlights. Now the second question that people have is that, is it really important to use the highlight feature? Well, the answer is obviously yes. This is because when someone new who is not your follower visits your page, the highlights feature makes your feed look really good. So it is actually a part of your account optimization, and you have to make your feed look good in order to make people follow your account. Now if you take the case of my feed, I have the highlights of faith, prayer, love, and I have quizzes. Now each of these highlights have an Instagram highlight cover. So as you can see, I have a cross, I have a heart shape, then I have cursor symbol, etc. as my Instagram highlight covers. So you need to find these kinds of symbols to post as your highlights cover to make it look attractive. And if you are having trouble creating highlight covers, don't worry, I will show you how to do it. Now as you can see, go to canva.com and search for Instagram story highlights. So you will be able to see a lot of templates, and let me click into one of those templates that I've found. And as you can see on the screen, this is the template that I found. So you'll be able to see a lot of symbols for your Instagram highlight covers. And if you are not able to find the symbol for your highlight covers, don't worry, I have two website suggestions for you. Go to flaticons.com or go to iconfinders.com to find the perfect symbols for your Instagram highlight covers. Now the link to all of these websites, whether it be Canva, whether it be flaticon.com, and whether it be iconfinder.com, I've put all of those links in the resources section of this video. Go there and check it out. Now I think that it was a pretty good kickstart for introduction to Instagram stories. Now in the next video we'll take a look at how to maximize our Instagram story views. So for now we'll take a short break and we'll continue in the next video.